An AEW star will not be re-signing with the company. We have an update on Big E following his major SmackDown injury and a released WWE star making a New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. It's all in the wrestling news right now. One of the first names that got signed by AEW will not be with the company much longer. In a chat with Denise Salcedo, Joey Janela reveals he's done with AEW. And there's been a few sort of mixed messages about this, because I've heard Joey saying that, oh no, I'm definitely staying.
Yeah.
And now he's going, oh no, I'm done.
Well, you know, it pays to keep people guessing, I guess.
To keep people guessing, it certainly
But
does.
at the same time, circumstances may have changed. You know, AEW is going to see people leave. You know, it's just it's like, you know, an unfortunate part of running a wrestling company that nobody really stays around forever.
No.
And so if Joey Janela is ready to move on, you've got to imagine he's got something big in mind. He's like, you know, he's going to return to the indies, or he's gonna do something else entirely. So
it's one of them where I don't ever feel like he really got out of sort of third gear in AEW, despite the fact he's been there from the beginning.
Yeah, there were some huge moments early on. I remember being like, God damn, like this is crazy. But it does feel like he's kind of just been. He's always on the fringe. It's never like he's forgotten about. Like, but it's almost like he's just kind of like. They kind of forget he's there every now and then. There's
going to be a few AEW stars who were there very early on, who have sort of fallen victim to this mass hiring of people.
Yeah.
And it was always going to go this way. Like, you know, you're going to bring in bigger names. Unfortunately, it means those who were there early days are being pushed away. Yeah. We're seeing it happen. And there's some that will never get out of dark elevation.
Yeah, but you know, like companies change as well. And if we're to look too much into the Cody situation, you know, it's kind of like, you know, things can change to the point where people aren't maybe. Like, I mean, one of the co-founders, right, with the Cody situation, if that is as up in the air as it seems, you know, things change to the point where even founders decide, you know, this is too much for me. I'm kind of going. But it's just change, really, isn't it? And it wouldn't surprise me if it's nonsense. It wouldn't surprise me if it's true. But I think you are right. There's kind of like, as more people come in, it's sort of less chance for other people, and it's especially people who've been in kind of featured spots. It's got to kind of suck a little bit.
I can imagine there is a swell of frustration from people on that same level of Joey Janela, who are like, we've been pushing for ages, and all of a sudden there's all these other people coming in. And as you say, it's the nature of a beast. See this happen in WWE, see this happen in multiple promotions, see it happen in Impact quite a bit, and we've talked about that quite a bit, where numerous wrestlers have left because they feel like their opportunity, they're on the periphery and they're not getting off it. So I mean, it says something to the sheer amount of wrestling talent around on planet Earth at the moment, where there is, like, every promotion has wrestlers on the sidelines who themselves could go out and do great things.
It doesn't mean you can't be a big star elsewhere. Look at Cody. Just to go back to Cody, that's the exact scenario, right? I'm not being utilized. I'm going to go and prove my worth.
It'll be an interesting chat he has with Denise Salcedo. I believe that goes live on Denise's channel today, I believe. Check Denise's Twitter. She'll tell you. Thank you, Denise. Big E related news. We continue to send love to Big E. It was a devastating turn of events on SmackDown on Friday. That overhead suplex from Ridge. And it just... Big E, thankfully, didn't lose any feeling in limbs. He's reported that there's no severe damage. It obviously is bad.
He can like move his digits and everything, but you know, it didn't seem as bad as it seemed, but then it's kind of been, no, it is quite, you know, it's very serious.
A few expert physicians have said, like, actually, the state of the injury, you know, these are parts of your neck that will never completely re-heal. So in some cases, what Big E's been through has been career-ending. We have an update. Football star Andre Smith reached out to Big E over the weekend saying, look, while you're in Birmingham, Alabama, getting treated, let me know if you need anything. And Big E tweeted saying, appreciate you. I'm actually home now, but Birmingham took good care of me. So Big E is back home, which is
good. Yeah,
it might not sound like a big update, but it's actually a really big update, because that means that they're happy enough with his early progress that, you know, you can go home and start your rehabilitation.
Under constant monitor, you know, so it's a good sign.
It is a really good sign. And what do we think then? Because there's a few people now like speculating that like Big E this will be the end of Big E, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it's right to speculate on it at all. I think, you know, especially when it's something this serious, I don't think it's right to speculate. But at the same time, Big E's somebody that even if Big E's in-ring career was, say, over, the guy is an absolute ball of charisma. I can see him excelling at acting. I can see him excelling, as an on-screen role that isn't physical if he stays with wrestling. I can see him going into many different avenues. So I think, while it might potentially, again, don't really want to speculate, but while it might potentially close off one door, there are still many, many, many other doors that are available to Big E.
Whatever happens next, we send nothing but love, and we continue to send love to Big E. What a guy, what a force of nature Big E is. WWE and MLW, this is something that went a little bit quiet, so I will bring you up to speed on it in case you missed it. ICYMI. MLW filed a lawsuit against WWE back in January. Now, they were alleging that WWE put pressure on third parties to abandon relationships with them. So this included like a deal with Vice TV and Tubi TV as well to prevent them from doing products and promotion and programming with them. And they claim that WWE put the stoppers on that happening.
Yes.
In the statement that Court Bauer gave out back in January, saying WWE was wrongfully depriving its competitors of critical opportunities for many years, but its latest conduct has been even more conscionable. I think we speak for the rest of the professional wrestling world when we say that this anti-competitive behavior has to stop. WWE today have motioned to dismiss this lawsuit, and Jerry McDevitt has got involved as well.
Yeah, so WWE's dismissal reads, or their motion to dismiss reads, MLW's claim for international interference with prospective economic advantage fails because MLW does not allege that WWE knew about MLW's negotiations to sell third-party first-run programming. Now, Jerry McDevitt, he's somebody I thought was retiring soon, or at least stepping off. We were reporting it felt not too long ago. But he said he was quoted in the Wrestling Observer regarding this. He said, if Tubi breached, then sue Tubi. As to Vice, WWE has no commercial relationship with them, or for that matter, any of the other dozens of content distribution entities with whom MLW could do a deal with if they had a commercially viable product. If they had a commercially viable product. They put a show on Vice, if my memory serves me correctly, after one of the Dark Side shows and lost most of the audience. I think I read they got 40,000 viewers. No wonder Vice did no further deal. That's just like...
All right, Jerry. Calm down, mate.
And I think, it's maybe a bit unfair to look at, they put on some wrestling after Dark Side of the Ring. People have got stuff to do, man. It's not like, you don't sit waiting for Emmerdale to happen now. You've got Sky Plus. You've got ITV on demand. I think more people are more inclined to watch things a bit later now. So I don't think that it's just a dig, it's just doing what they do. With a little smirk on their face, because they would have a little smirk on their face as this was being said, but yeah.
I, however, do wait for Emmerdale to start. It's a big part of my evening.
Just can't get enough of the Woolpack.
Cannot get enough of the Woolpack. The dream is to drink there one day. So we'll keep up to date on that one. WWE filing to dismiss this lawsuit from MLW. We'll let you know more when we know more. Fine Alamo, former WWE star, off to NJPW. He's in All Japan there. Had to start a conversation. New Japan.
I thought before you said All Japan, I thought you were going to say orgy. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, if he wants to have an orgy, he can. Off for an orgy. We're talking Killer Cross. He's Cross. Yeah. He's Killer Cross now.
Yeah, he's not carrying anymore.
No, he's not carrying that anymore. Oh, that's a good joke. 10 points to me. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Lone Star Shootout April the 1st will feature Killer Cross making his debut against Minoru Suzuki. That's accurate description.
It's going to be a lot of just meat slapping meat.
A lot of slaps.
This is going to be brutal, hopefully. It's going to be just absolutely violent, deliciously, decadently violent. That would be what I'm going for here.
I think Cross is a good fit.
Yeah,
in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I think so.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Although I think they were kind of hot on Loki doing his Hitman stuff, so Cross is probably going to have to, I don't know.
Change it up.
Imagine if they bring him in and they kind of go, have all the Hitman stuff, and Loki's just on the out.
Loki going, what?
How hasn't he done like anime voiceover yet? How hasn't he done like anime voiceover
Maybe
yet?
he has.
He must have done. He's got like the voice of a god.
He certainly has. Certainly has. But Killer Cross, New Japan. By the way, whoever made that Karrion Cross, no, not Karrion Cross, who am I thinking of? There's a Suzuki, I think, on 2K22 already.
Ooh.
I think I've seen a Suzuki on
Wouldn't surprise
2K22.
me.
I'm amazed at how quickly everybody's put those together.
That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah, very much so. By the way, Adam Pacitti, live streaming 9 p.m. GMT, the My Rise WWE 2K22 career mode on there. He's had some, do you know what? It's actually been really good. Yeah. I'm very happy to report that 2K22 is actually a really fun game.
I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to finally get my hands on it.
We not had a go yet?
No.
We've been doing my GM mode on Twitch, and it's a fun bit. All right, it's a fun bit of arcadey goodness.
Yeah.
We've been doing my GM, but watch My Rise tonight and see some of the actual gameplay. It's a lovely time had by all. More news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.